Somebody accused me of promoting hatred, seemingly simply because I objectively picked apart Marilyn Manson as a phony Satanist. And he is a phony Satanist. He's actually referred to himself as well, I'm a Christian too, because that's all semantics, yada, 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 yada. What you have to understand about Marilyn Manson is his ideology, which promotes drug use, is anti-life, anti-human, etc., and is probably very phony to begin with. He probably doesn't believe any of it anyhow, and which he rakes in money for, is not Satanism. Yes, I know he was named Reverend by Anton Sandor LaVey, but you have to keep in mind, Marilyn Manson has said on a number of occasions, at least one that I'm aware of, on Bill O'Reilly, where he goes, well, it wasn't a real job, it wasn't like I got paid for it, okay? Now what you have to understand, the person accusing me of spreading hatred, which clearly they're not listening to what I'm saying if they think I'm promoting hatred. I'm not promoting hatred. I'm promoting reason. Okay? I'm trying to help people to think for themselves and objectively look at reality. And as I said, these videos aren't really for the public. They're public. Anybody can see them. I'm not hiding from the public. I don't care. But these videos are literally for my own entertainment. That's the only reason I make them. I really don't care what other people think. Unlike Marilyn Manson and most people that seek notoriety, I don't need other people's opinions to validate my own existence. This channel was made for one very important person that isn't talking to me anymore. And her opinion was the last opinion that mattered to me in a very long while. Okay? Now, the music industry shows, the music and Hollywood movie industry shows how screwed up humanity's priorities are. What do I mean by this? Well, these musicians or so-called musicians, most of them are phony musicians that are, propped up by record producers, and movie stars are literally the examples of what humanity wants to be. Hollywood is populism run amok. It shows what the general population thinks is excelente, okay? And what they want to be. They want to be mindless drones that do nothing but gobble drugs and pursue hedonistic lifestyles. That's all they want. They don't wish to contribute to anything. They don't wish to do anything. And what's so screwed up is this is what's so screwed up about the priorities of humanity. I have a number of acquaintances that work in the field of gerontology or biology, basically the study of aging. They work in medical research, in pharmacology, etc., working to help everybody, including everybody that's watching these videos. Everybody. Everybody. Do you know how many people know who they are outside of the gerontology field? None. Okay, maybe a couple, like me, for example. Okay, I have another friend that came here from another country. Well, not a friend, another acquaintance that came here from another country, worked hard, succeeded, became a journalist, a model, a singer. Nobody's heard about her. Now, what does she do with her free time and money? She donates money to premature infants and to save puppies, to help premature infants and puppies, okay? She's a good person, okay? But do you know why you don't hear about her? Because she doesn't behave like a skank. She is a modest and good person. It's the same reason you don't hear too much about Natalie Portman, but hear about people like Lindsay Lohan. It's because Natalie Portman behaves herself, acts in a modest manner, and doesn't act like a loon. So you hear about the people that people want to emulate. You hear about the people. What you see with the music and movie industry is the glorification of trash. If you look at the African Americans that are popular in the music and movie industry, they're all outrageous, anti-white bigots. If you look at the white people that are famous in the movie and music industry, they're either disgusting and fat, okay? They're feminists that promote anti-male views, or they're emasculated white men that behave like like emasculated white men. Okay, and that is what the general population wishes to be. Now, I will go on this. Have you ever wondered, okay, in the late 90s, when I was a young adult, late teenager, okay, there were basically no homosexuals in my area. Okay? Now there's homosexuals everywhere. There's a gayborhood, all this. So how does this happen? Well, you ever hear the saying that for evil to succeed, it only takes good men to do nothing? Well, that's very true, except there aren't many good people left. There are people pretending to be good, but in reality, the reason you have such toleration of immorality and what I would call poisonous behavior and poisonous viewpoints is because the average person enjoys the poison. A lot of people blame the Jewish community and say the Jewish community is cooking up this poison in Hollywood, in the music industry, all this, it's all a Jewish plot. It is a Jewish plot to an extent in the fact that many of the people playing the roles of cooking the stuff up happen to be Jewish. But nobody's making anybody partake of this poison. You're choosing to partake of it, not the Jewish people. Well, some Jewish people are, and they pay for it like the rest of us. So the fact of the matter is, it's very easy to say that somebody is not a good person because they're not famous or wealthy. But it's hilarious, absolutely hilarious to state that somebody like Marilyn Manson happens to be a good person because he's famous, or that he helps people with his music. Okay, he ain't helping nobody with his music. I listened to Marilyn Manson's music. Believe it or not, I was a fan of Marilyn Manson's for a long time. I still like his music and I still listen to it. But that music's never helped me. It's never helped me do anything. It's never increased my intelligence or increased my creativity or helped me pay my rent or helped me do anything. There is not a damn thing Marilyn Manson's music has done for me. Okay? Marilyn Manson has done nothing for me. I've done things for Marilyn Manson by buying his records, but Marilyn Manson has not given me a damn thing. Now, to say that I'm a hate-filled person, I quit hating people a long time ago when I realized it didn't matter. Okay? I also quit loving people a long time ago, genuinely loving people. I did love somebody recently, and you know what? I realized love, like hatred, is a waste of time. But the fact of the matter is, there are so many phony people everywhere that it breaks good people. I did used to be a good person. I genuinely did good things for the fact that I wanted to do good things, nothing else. But it gets to a point where you realize that you can't help people that refuse to understand what objective reality is. And I'm going to be doing another video on why moral relativism is objectively bullcrap. Because moral relativism is not true. And sin is objectively provable. Bad behavior can be objectively defined. And that is what nobody wants to believe. People want to believe that morals are subjective. That's not true.